Life as you know it is about to change. No longer does being in a chair mean staying on the established path, but making your own path without depending on others. The Action Trackchair gives you the freedom to go where you want, when you want, opening the door to a world of outdoor possibilities. The Action Trackchair, helping the disabled to be enabled. No matter where you love to go outdoors, the Action Trackchair can take you there. With a wide stance and low center of gravity, you can tackle mud, snow, sand, water, and uneven surfaces with confidence. The 24-volt power supply gives you a range of up to 8 miles, depending on terrain and weight of rider, allowing you to go well beyond previous boundaries. Plus, the onboard battery charger provides charging convenience for your Action Trackchair. The easy-to-use joystick means no confusing steering system to learn, and it can be mounted on either the right or left side. With 5 standard sizes and over a dozen color options, each chair can be custom built to suit you. In addition, there are seat options and the popular camel pattern to help you create a chair uniquely your own. The 6.5-inch wide track propels you through all sorts of off-road terrain. The zero-turn radius enables you to maneuver through tight spaces and safely over obstacles. 6 standard brackets allow you to break free of depending on others and create holders and rests to haul all of your gear, from packs, cameras, and binoculars to guns, rods, and bows.
Hi, I'm Tim Swenson, Marshall, Minnesota. My wife and I have been here since in the 70s, and 1979 we started in business in Marshall, and in 86 we started with Action Sports and had 2 young sons, and they enjoyed going in the mud and the snow and all those things you have fun with ATVs and snowmobiles and so on. And we had a good business and continue to have a good business in Marshall. But life took a little turn in October 1998 when we got the phone call that parents don't like to get. Your child has been in a car accident and come to the hospital. And so Don and I went through that process, and our child was hurt, paralyzed, Jeff at 16 years old. And what was normal became a different normal at that point in time. That's a number of years ago, a number of years have passed. Jeff's doing fine, lives in Montana. Our other son, Jim, is in Marshall. And but a new normal has come, and it had always, looking at Jeff and the challenges of being in a wheelchair, and of course me being in the motorsports business, I started putting two and two together. How can we put tracks on a wheelchair? How can we make something go where Jeff would like to go? And I thought about it for a number of years. It was about 9 years later that our son Jim, his brother-in-law was in an accident, a diving accident in Washington State, and ends up being a quadriplegic. Tough on us, tough on family, another new normal. And that's when I started getting serious about doing something for these folks. And of course, seeing Jeff in a wheelchair from '98 on, I started seeing more people in wheelchairs. And their limitations and could only be on hard surface. Love to be off the hard surface. So we were fortunate to, we were able to sell our business to Jim in 2009 and started Action Manufacturing, not knowing where we're going to go, what it's going to be for sure, and frontier some new territory. And we came up with Action Trackchair. Where did that come from? Simple. It's a chair, it's got tracks on it. And we always like action. We've always had action. Since '86 we've been action. So came up with this concept and really enjoying it. We are starting to see people all over the literally, I want to say the world, but particularly US, Europe, Canada, Alaska, enjoy this product. It gets them off the hard surface and onto some, wherever they want to go. Grass, mud, snow, hunting, camping, water. There's always limitations of everything, but it's been a real good journey, and we're just glad to be able to bring you a video that explains a little bit about the Action Trackchair, which I happen to be sitting on one. We make 5 different sizes. We think there's a bright future in this for people to be able to get out and enjoy the outdoors, because that's what it's all about. It's not an indoor chair, it's to get outside. And we're just happy to be able to present it to you, and hope you enjoy the rest of this video.
He can go a lot more places. He can do things that he normally couldn't do without it. And, you know, because we got some neighbors that live real close next door out in the country. And so we don't have a whole lot of neighbors, and they got kids that are around the same age. And they'll come over, they'll run around in the woods and stuff like that, and he can go chasing after them. Up and down the hills, you know, all that stuff. So, because before, trying to keep up with his wheelchair, he had a hard time getting up and down the hills, and then they would have to turn around and get him and push him up the hills and stuff. So, well, he ended up in the Trackchair because he got hit by a train. It was, let's see, 4.5 years ago. So, I mean, he broke his spine at L4, L5, and he's just been kind of getting along pretty good after that. And after getting, you know, wheelchair gets him places, but there's a lot of places I couldn't. We got him a scooter. That works pretty decent, but if you got to go over something that's higher than 1.5 inches tall, the scooter gets hung up on it. Can't really climb hills or anything, and so we heard about these Trackchairs, got that, and the only thing he can't go over is tree stumps and really big logs. I mean, it's just, he went from, you know, just sitting around the house to, he does get out a lot more, but you know, that Trackchair has given him pretty much unlimited options on places he can go and things that he can do that without it he wouldn't be able to. And it's just, it's gonna make, it makes a world of difference from how it used to be to how it is now. And I couldn't be happier, and I'm sure he couldn't be any happier with what he can do now.
Now is the time to get back outdoors with the freedom to explore beyond the paved path, to join your friends in outdoor activities and do it your way, when you want, as you want. The Action Trackchair, helping the disabled to be enabled.